Yeah, I'm thinking of this, the Chinese that came, they call it the homecoming. That's they call their movement. And there's 20 million of them under these 1,000 leaders. And all over China, they say homecoming. They're coming home to the Father. But China is one of the most orphaned nations in history, or probably it is the most. I don't know the exact, but probably. Incredible orphan spirit. And so the Lord has used this movement. They're trying to see that healed in the body of Christ in China. So they come here, and you know, as a spiritual father here, I'm just thinking, oh, there's so many dynamics here that they don't need to know, but they're speaking into it. And I'm thinking, Lord, what are you doing? And the IHOP staff, there's about 600 people on staff. They would naturally think, not only because a lot of people are very sensitive and you know they got a big perspective, but they might think IHOP. But IHOP is 20 years old. But Diane and I have been here 35 years, and we had a church of 3,000 or 4,000 people before IHOP. So we think of the thousands before IHOP, and the IHOP communities doesn't run into them so much because they're all over the city. Probably, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000 people across Kansas City at one time or the other were a part of our church before IHOP started. I don't know the number, but some 10 or 15,000. And so lots of friends, we see them all over the city everywhere we go. So IHOP, the church releases us and we go down the road and start a missions organization, and the church goes on. And then as IHOP gets established, people from the church, the former church, want to join the IHOP Sunday morning meeting. Well, the IHOP staff is trying to make it work. So I'm just making up a number, 1,000 of them from the old days said, hey, we're in here too. And they're going, wait, we're not 50 hours a week. We're not in staff meetings. We're not in team meetings. And we were like really a part of the church until IHOP started. Now we're kind of, and as a spiritual leader, I'm thinking of that 1,000 big time. And that's not overly on the mind of so many people on the staff because they don't know their names and faces and kids, but you're a real one. And I'm looking at this and I'm hearing this, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I feel, you know, I've talked to the IHOP staff, but I feel so much pain as you're talking. Your family is one of the most dedicated families to the church. When I was pastoring here, again, IHOP goes down the road. Then we leave this building, we come back some years later, we buy this building back from the church. Whoever, the joke in Kansas City is Mike Bickle bought the same building twice. Because the church I turned over went and bought another one, said, hey, could you IHOP buy this building from us? So guys like him and his family, and I don't know if it's 1,000, hundreds over the years have come back, but they're on the back row going, we're not in the staff, we don't go to the meetings, we're not in departments, we're not part of the 50 departments. No one knows us. Hey, Mike, you remember us? Oh, totally, I do. No one on the IHOP team even knows we exist. And I've watched this number get bigger and bigger because more of them have come back. And we've talked about this many times. We go, the homecoming needs to be a homecoming bigger than IHOP. And this is what I'm in pain listening to this.
This is cool. Can you guys come up?
Who's this?
Ryan's parents.
Oh, where are they at?
Right there.
These guys are gold here. Menegles, if they're around, or whoever, the Hacketts, and whoever is there. Yeah, I didn't even know they were here, yeah. But there's a number of them in this room right now. Come on up here, you're going like, what? How did we get up there? Anyway, I love this guy. Oh, I do. But go over by your son. How did he turn out so good? I remember his baby dedication. I gave him that buck. Maybe that's what did it. But I'm just saying this to you guys, but I'm saying it to 1,000 people, and half of them are all over that still want to be a part of this, but they're not, quote, IHOP, and we've heard this over the years. You know, since we started the Sunday morning meetings, a lot of them from the old church have come back and they go, oh, we hate this statement. They go, oh, we love it here, but we're not IHOP. we're not staff. And I go, that is the most horrible statement. So they're all relegated to second-class citizens because the whole thing is organizing IHOP. And I apologize to you for this. I mean, you're not holding me responsible, but I know you're not, because I know you guys. I am sorry for this. I mean, this. No, I'm just thinking of the pain of the dedicated people, the 1,000 or whatever the number, that are all sitting in the back rows waiting for IHOP to know they're here. And your son's, Ryan's tears, I just want to belong. And I'm thinking, Lord, how could this be that a family like this, and many of them feel the same way, and somewhere the larger community and the IHOP staff, there needs to be a homecoming. Lord, help us. Old church family, wherever you are, I am sorry. I'm sorry that we haven't addressed this sooner. It's 19 years later and it's not been healed yet. And you're still coming. You refuse to let go of this purpose in this family, though you're relegated to the side. Lord, help me. Help us. I'd like anyone in this room that's a part of that old church family and you're not, quote, on the staff and you're in the room, I want you to stand up. Anyone in the room that's like that? There's a handful of you around the room. My baby sister, Kelly. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's 19 years we haven't sorted this out yet. That it's not okay that you're coming and saying, we're just still waiting for something. We're waiting. I mean, we love Jesus. We got our friends. But we're waiting. Aren't we in this thing bigger than IHOP? And it's bigger than IHOP. Anyway, I just want to apologize. And again, I know you're good with all that, but it needs to be said.